Good afternoon. Respected Dr. M.N. Patel sir, Honorable Provost, Parul University. Respected Dr. H.S. Vijay Kumar sir, Honorable Registrar, Parul University. Respected Dr. Abhay Dharamsi sir, Dean, Faculty of Pharmacy, Principal, Parul Institute of Pharmacy, Parul University. Respected Dr. G.S. Chakravarti sir, Principal, Parul Institute of Pharmacy and Research, Parul University. Respected Dr. Lalit Lata Jha Madam, Principal, School of Pharmacy, Parle University, my dear faculty members and my dear students. I, Mrs. Dhruvi Kumari Kiritsi Solanki, Assistant Professor and Coordinator of this webinar, welcome you all. In today's webinar, based on the theme of online teaching and evaluation in the field of pharmacy education, challenges and opportunities. For today's webinar, we have with us two eminent speakers, Dr. Prafula Sable sir, Director, Board of Examination and Evaluation, Rashtrasan Tukadoji Maharaj, Nagpur University, Nagpur, Maharashtra, and Dr. Vidya Sable Madam, Professor at Dadasaheb Balapande College of Pharmacy, Nagpur, Maharashtra. The session will be conducted by both respective speakers. Let me introduce Dr. Prafula Sable sir. It is my honor to introduce Dr. Prafula Sable sir. Sir is working as a professor at Department of Pharmaceutical Science and Director, Board of Examination and Evaluation, RTM, Nagpur University, Nagpur. Sir is having total 23 years of experience in teaching, research and administration. Dr. Sable is a Central Council member of Pharmacy Council of India, New Delhi, nominated by the University Grant Commission. He has completed his M.Pharm and PhD from Pharmacy Department from the Maharaja Sayajirao University, Vadodara. He received grant of more than 80 lakhs from AICT, UGC, Guj Coast and URPS. He was recipient of Young Gandhian Technological Award in the year of 2011. He has guided 39 postgraduate students in pharmaceutical chemistry and quality assurance. Presently, 5 research scholars are registered for PhD under his supervision. He has published 64 research publications in the Journal of National and International. He has scientific work collaboration with Lilly's Open Innovation Drug Discovery Program and with Professor Rolf W. Hartmann, Pharmaceutical and Medicinal Chemistry, Saarland University and Institute for Pharmaceutical Research, Saarland, HIPS, Saarbrücken, Germany. He is life member of FIC, APTI, IPA, IST, SPER, ISCA, NSI, etc. So with this, now I request Dr. Prafula Sable sir to deliver his session. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, madam. Thank you, madam, for a nice introduction. Just a minute. I will share my screen. I am very happy, and I feel I am at again at Parul University, because Parul is in our heart. And before starting this session or this presentation, सबसे पहले आज मैं पारुल ट्रस्ट के अध्यक्ष, संस्थापक अध्यक्ष श्री जयेश भाई पटेल जी का अभी कुछ दिन पहले ही दुखद निधन हो गया। वो हमारे एक पितृतुल्य व्यक्तिमत्व थे ही। हमारे जो हमारा पारुल यूनिवर्सिटी में भी जो स्टे रहा, बड़ौदा में भी जो स्टे रहा, उसके लिए हमारे वो हर वक्त मार्गदर्शक रहे। मैं उनकी आत्मा के प्रति श्रद्धांजलि अर्पित करता हूं और पटेल परिवार के लिए मैं संवेदना व्यक्त करता हूं। आज मुझे पारुल इंस्टीट्यूट या पारुल यूनिवर्सिटी की ओर से जो मुझे यहाँ आपने आमंत्रित किया है, इसके लिए मैं सभी को धन्यवाद देता हूं। टुडे Dr. Lalit Lata Madam, I am seeing Dr. Lalit Lata Madam, Anand Pithadia, and other members of Parul family. I am very happy to deliver the lecture on this particular topic. But after coming from Parul, immediately after a year, joined at Nagpur University. Again, I am immediately shifted to some administrative responsibilities as a chief on-screen spot valuation center at Nagpur University, and then joined as a director board of examination last year. After 3 days, I am completing my directorship, 1 year of my directorship. I am very happy that we learned a lot, many things at Parul University or Parul Institute, very organization of various programs. We dedicatedly work at Parul University. Hence, I am very much doing my job with great satisfaction at Nagpur University. Coming to this particular topic, and as Lata madam told me ki you have to talk on evaluation because you are now involved in the process of evaluation of various things. So while starting the presentation, just I wish to focus on my own university, that is Rashtrasanta Tukadoji Maharaj Nagpur University. This university, which was earlierly known as Nagpur University, and later on is renamed on the name of Rashtrasanta Tukadoji Maharaj, one who is a great poet like Narsi Mehtaji of our region. He is a very well-known poet and freedom fighter of Maharashtra. On his name, the university renamed in the year of 1996. Nagpur University is a public university located in the Orange City, the tiger capital of India, that is Nagpur. Nagpur University is the oldest university of Central India, established in 1923 with NAC A grade. Our university is having 39 teaching departments and 3 constituted college with 9 centers of excellence, including just now we started COVID lab also. That is also one of the center in this particular list. Our university is affiliated with 503 colleges in 5 districts of huh? Just a minute.
स्टॉप शेअर करा गुगल मीट मध्ये जा प्रेझेंट नाव विंडो इथे का आधी मला लक्ष द्यायला लागते मी आवाज गेला
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Now it is screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Screen visible, but full screen कर दीजिए sir.
Yes. Madam, the screen is visible, full screen. Hello.
Yes, sir. Sir, actually two screens are coming now. 2 screens.
Okay. Because पहले भी मैंने
Yes.
अभी एक दिख रही है, 2 है.
अभी एक है सर. Okay. Yes, sir.
Now it's fine.
नहीं डबल आ
Hello.
जाता है.
हाँ मैडम, now it's जैसे उसको फुल स्क्रीन करना हो तो डबल आ रही है.
Yes, sir. तो फुल स्क्रीन हटा देते हैं सर.
ठीक ओके.
Yes, sir.
And Nagpur University is affiliated with 503 college as on date, and we are conducting more than 1200 examination with total student strength of 4,60,000 in all 4 faculties, that is engineering, science, technology, then education, law, management, commerce, all branches of humanities, including home science. And as I'm professor at pharmacy department, this pharmacy department is the oldest department established in 1956 with UG and 4 PG program, that is pharmaceutics and pharmaceutical chemistry, pharmacognosy and pharmacology, with a great list of alumni. Coming to the actual part of this presentation, the evaluation of Indian education system, as we all aware about, we are early in Gurukul. Early in Gurukul system, that is the first educational system, that is, we can say, early Gurukul system of Vedic and Upanishad period. That means मैडम ये ठीक है ना, मीन्स
सर स्क्रीन शेयर होता है बट
हाँ हाँ
टू स्क्रीन आर विजिबल टू फुल स्क्रीन ना दैट टाइम
हाँ 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 ओके आई डोंट नो व्हाई दिस इज हैपनिंग Madam, now one screen or two screen?
Two, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then I will escape and अभी ऐसा ठीक है?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So again, evaluation of Indian education system with Gurukul long back, and this is one of the good system rather called as Vedic and Upanishadic period, where the Guru and Shishya Parampara, you can say, is big. So जैसा हमने पढ़ा है कि वशिष्ठ मुनि भगवान राम की शिक्षा कराते थे और भगवान श्री कृष्ण सांदीपनी ऋषि के आश्रम में उज्जैन किया था. Later on in the period in 4th and 5th centuries, Nalanda, Vikramshila and Takshashila are the three universities, major universities, which are world renowned university, and in that period various renowned personality all over the globe and come and learn at three distinguished university. But later on in the British era, the first institution to be given the status of university was the Sarah Moore College near Calcutta. Accordingly, historically we can divide this era, because we can divide this era of professional education into 4 parts. The first period from 18 to 57, that is British era, which is influenced by official for their day-to-day work, and that's why they started some educational institute in that particular period. Then second period is from 1857 to 1902. In that period, the vocational and training centers like IIT, industrial from 1902 to 1915. In that particular period, they established, means Britishers established various technical, scientific departments activity for required for various sectors, and later on they also brings a new concept of learning in India, and later on immediately after independence period. Madam, just a minute. हॅलो, सर मी 10-15 मिनिटांनी फोन करतो. Then the fourth period is after independence, the era of improvement in various technical, professional, medical universities started, in which various agriculture and veterinary courses come in existence. And during that period only, pharmacy education is also started from actually began from BHU and also from Madras Medical College. And recently, Government of India gives a new education policy 2020, which is very useful because the transformation of a total educational system from independence till today means पिछले 70 साल में इंडिया में रिवॉल्यूशन होना चाहिए एज ए एजुकेशन पॉलिसी के फॉर्म में होना चाहिए था. दैट इज नॉट अ प्रॉपर, एंड हेंस बिफोर few days back new education policy has been launched by Government of India, and definitely this policy can change the entire scenario of Indian education. So we can say, what is the present status of education in India? At the time of India, only 20 universities with 65 colleges with the student enrollment of about 4 lakh is there. Means at the time of India, in between in the year of 1950. But as on today, or in the year of 1920, 785 universities with 39,000 colleges having an intake of 20 lakh student at UG level only. I am talking about because I have collected this data for UG student only, with a gross enrollment ratio, because now India's enrollment ratio is very high with 24.5. GEP GER is 24.5. In that, 23.9 is a male, and whereas 22.1 is a female ratio. And presently, pharmacy institution in India is having 3,276 in 2019-20, with a total intake of 1.63 lakh at UG only. Because whatever I have presented over here is a data of UG students only. Then coming to the next slide, teaching, learning, and evaluation. Because in everywhere, the teaching, learning, and evaluation, these are the three basic component in our academic session. So why there is a need of evaluation? It is the encouragement and enable staff and student to take the co-responsibility for the quality of learning experience provided by them. Abhi means just before few days I talked with one of my senior colleague, one who is working at Bradford University, and we discuss on some issue, what type of evaluation you are doing over there. Means in our Indian education system and in Western countries, there is a lot of difference, because we believe in final examination. We are not believing day-to-day work, though it is started right now, because our system is mainly focused on evaluation at the end of semester or at the end of academic year. But now most of the universities started continuous evaluation program. Continuous evaluation means during the whole semester or whole academic year, the student is evaluated for their regular performance. Same thing. They means foreign universities adapt this concept long back. They use various practical reports. हमारे यहाँ जैसे होता है कि प्रैक्टिकल लिखना है तो ऑल 20 स्टूडेंट्स ऑफ दैट बैच पर्टिकुलर बैच वो सबके सब दे कॉपीड फ्रॉम ईच एंड एवरीथिंग फ्रॉम एनी ओल्ड जर्नल और वन who is given the information by the teacher. They give the practical problem to the student, and student worked on that particular problem, and they submit their report via various electronics media, mainly on in Bradford University. They use the Blackboard platform. On that Blackboard platform, they used to submit their electronic report. What they used to do, they do first the plagiarism check, and if once the report is cleared from plagiarism, then and then only the result report is forwarded to teacher, because they adapt now after means this particular COVID situation, they adapt complete online education system, and immediately they after evaluation means after plagiarism check, for they forwarded the same report to their respective teacher, and after assessment of that particular report, they use gradation, and mostly uh, they use only electronic platform for this. Means right now in India we are using online platform, but in foreign countries they use this electronics platform long back from last few decades, and their technology is highly improved technology, and their education is based on a professional and completely practical oriented. Their scheme is also different. हमारे यहाँ पे मोस्टली स्कीम होती कि वी हैव ए स्पेसिफिक नंबर ऑफ सब्जेक्ट इन ईच सेमेस्टर, बट इन फॉरेन कंट्रीज दे गिव a complete set of means subject. Out of that set, you have to choose your choose the subject of your choice. जो हमारे यहाँ पे भी अभी रिसेंटली स्टार्ट हुआ है, choice based and choice based education system. The advantage of choice based education system is more as compared to our credit based system, because if some student from pharmacy education is interested in learning or singing or some, you can say, dancing, so he can adapt some credits from that particular field so that he can enjoy his hobbies also. And right now government of India also started some programs related to this choice base, like MOOCs, NPTEL, Swayam, and many other platforms. So overall the idea behind this is encourage and enable staff and student to take a co-responsibility for the quality of learning experience provided to them. Defining evaluation. Evaluation is the art of ascertaining or fixing the value of worth of rating. This is actually a typical definition of evaluation system: judgment and assessment. The act of judgment or assessing a person on the situation or on that particular event, and later on they generally gives a mark or grading or marking system or any type of score to evaluate the performance by assessing a grade or score. That's now in most of the Indian system they adopt the CGPA or GPA or SPV. So accordingly, otherwise in our older system they give us only percentage. So this percentage system is now improved to CGPA or GPV. So what is evaluation? Evaluation is the process of determining the significance or worth, usually by careful or appraisal and study. The analysis, evaluation is the analysis and comparison of actual progress versus prior plan, because we are doing some planning while taking any lesson or any chapter. Their orientation towards the improving the plans for future implementation. Again, evaluation is the systematic process for determining the extent to which the educational objectives are achieved by the particular student or by the particular group of students, I guess. So overall evaluation is based on majorly the dimension such as curriculum, method of teaching, and objective of teaching. And this is depend upon how the curriculum is designed, what are the method of teaching, what are the objective of teaching, and tools and technique for the evaluation. So this system is interlinked in between all these four dimension. So basically evaluation need a very good curriculum. It requires a standard and tested method for testing, well defined objective, and well quantified tool and technique for evaluation. So again, there is a various type of evaluation, that is internal and self evaluation, external evaluation, diagnostic evaluation, formative evaluation, and summative evaluation. पहले जो दो है, internal and self evaluation and external evaluation, that is based on the teacher and based on the student also. So directly we go to diagnostic evaluation. Diagnostic evaluation is done in the beginning of the teaching learning process, because the teaching learning process hai, that is in between the student and the teacher. The teacher itself know how to give the presentation or how to handle the student. So in the beginning, if we diagnose himself what are the queries or what are the problems associated with that particular methodology, then diagnostic evaluation can also help to find out the specific weaknesses in the individual or whole teaching process. This also helps in the designing of courses or curriculum according to the capabilities of the learner. Suppose अभी NAC में generally ये होता है कि वो fast learners है, slow learners है. For that you require very specific for different type of learning modalities. So यहाँ हमको accordingly after diagnosis of various groups of students, you have to frame the particular topic or particular syllabus according to the need of student. Then next is formative evaluation. Formative evaluation, making the process for student development and formulation of the curriculum for the particular class or examination. It also helps in making the changes in the curriculum, teaching strategies, and learning environmental. Formative assessment is essential to evaluate the course and curriculum with the purpose of modification and updating also, and also evaluate the learning environment with the view to improving it. Summative assessment evaluation at the conclusion of an activity or plan to determine its effectiveness of a process, and for finally it is for terminal examination, because in our Indian system mainly we believe in a final examination, because हम कभी ये सोचते हैं कि फार्मेसी में जैसे है कि प्रैक्टिकल सपोज आगे पीछे एक हाथ दूसरा हो भी गया, सेशनल का पेपर थोड़ा बिगड़ भी गया, तो फाइनली विल गेट good marks, but actually we have to focus on a terminal examination or final examination. Cumulative assessment for the purpose of selection, promotion, prediction recording or other administrative purposes should be considered as a series of summative assessment. So here again जैसे भी जो ऑनलाइन एजुकेशन स्टार्ट हुआ है बेसिकली इन इंडिया अभी मींस इवन फ्रॉम नर्सरी टू पीजी in our university mostly means 90% classes are on online mode और या means throughout India जो situation अभी डेवलप हुई है because of COVID-19 mostly the education is having pre-COVID situation and post-COVID situation is totally different. जो हम लोग सोचते भी नहीं थे कि नहीं हमको सारा सेमिस्टर घर में बैठ के क्लासेस लेनी है. So this is only because of COVID-19. So we can categorize the change in online education or change in education. Now the period we will call as a online education system. So this era is called as pre-COVID era and post-COVID era. So the situation created due to this pandemic situation, you can say, the online education is a strategic priority to every institution because we don't have any alternative. So it requires a blended learning methodology, dramatically increased and existing potential of OPM partnership using various learning management system. So basically the teaching methodology will be explained after few minutes by Dr. Mrs. Sable. So way of evaluation of online teaching, because right now it is very essential to check or evaluate the online teaching and learning process. So how you can assess or how you can evaluate? There are very essential to evaluate the particular because हमको घर पे बैठ के स्टूडेंट के साथ इंटरेक्शन करने का कोई वे ही नहीं होता. जैसे मैं अभी मीन्स आई एम टॉकिंग विथ यू बट one who is present or one who is audible, that I don't know because I am presenting this presentation but I am not knowing who is attentive or who is not attentive. Obtaining a frequent feedback on your teaching, getting a regular insights on student learning, soliciting student opinion during the term through frequent assessment and feedback. These are the important criteria. Assessing a course at the end of them and are student learning or what you are teaching, means you must know ki what you are teaching to student and whether the students is getting the things or not. So you can evaluate with the help of watching yourself on videotape. What are the specific things I did well or what I did wrong? What are the specific things I would have to do better? What kept a student engaged during the teaching process? When did the student get lost or lose interest? That you must know because online teaching में 30 मिनट से ज़्यादा आप स्टूडेंट को एंगेज करते हो तो then it get the exhausted. When did the student get or lost its interest? If could do this session over again, what the things would I change? That is very important. And how I go to making these changes. So ये जो चीजें है ये मैक्सिमम यदि सपोज इवेल्युएशन के वक्त में ध्यान में रखी है तो हमको ये डेफिनेटली यूजफुल होगी बिकॉज जो ये डिफिकल्ट सिचुएशन है इस डिफिकल्ट सिचुएशन में क्योंकि फॉरेन कंट्रीज में या वेस्टर्न कंट्रीज में द इवैल्यूएशन or the rating of teacher is depend upon the evaluation done by the student. हमारे यहाँ कम से कम वो सिस्टम अभी है नहीं बट इन फॉरेन यूनिवर्सिटीज दिस सिस्टम इज डन बिकॉज कई बार ऐसा होता है कि जैसे अभी मैंने हमारे सीनियर से भी बात किया था if the teaching department is having two different teachers in the same subject, say for example in biochemistry, their syllabus is also different, their methodology of learning is also different, their credit system is also different, and even the number of students enrolled in each biochemistry teacher is also different, because that depends upon the rating of that particular teacher. So teaching and evaluation. And at the last, again, this is a quote from Arian Duxon, who is a well-known senator of USA. Teacher supports evaluation based on the multiple measures: student growth, classroom observation, and feedback from peers and parents. With this, thanks a lot for giving opportunity to deliver the talk on online evaluation. Thank you very much, madam.
Thank you very much, sir, for your very informative session. For today's webinar, our next speaker is Dr. Vidya Sable Madam. Let me introduce Dr. Vidya Sable Ma'am. It is my honor to introduce Dr. Vidya Sable Madam. Ma'am presently working as a professor at Dada Saheb Balapande College of Pharmacy, BSA, Nagpur, and she is having a 23 years of teaching experience. She has completed her MPharm in pharmaceutics from Department of Pharmaceutical Sciences, RTM, Nagpur University, Nagpur, and PhD from JNTU, Hyderabad. She is a member of Board of Studies, RTM, Nagpur University, Nagpur, and also a member of various professional bodies such as APTI, IPA, ACPI, ISTE, ISCA, etc. She has guided 32 postgraduate students, and 2 research scholars are registered for PhD under her supervision. She has published 33 research publications in journals of national and international. She has been reviewer of various national and international journals. She is examiners of various universities such as RTM Nagpur University, Nagpur, St. Gade Baba Amravati University, Amravati, Gujarat Technological University, Ahmedabad, Charuset University, Changa, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel University, Vallabh Vidyanagar, Rajiv Gandhi Prodhyogiki Vishwavidyalaya, Bhopal, and Jaipur University, Jaipur. She has attended various national and international conferences and presented 29 research papers in the same. She has attended as well as organized more than 50 workshops, seminars, conferences, symposiums, etc. Her areas of research include CDDS, bioactive drug delivery system, GRDDS, nanotherapeutics, and NDDS. With this, now I request Dr. Vidya Sable ma'am to deliver her session. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you very much, madam, for your nice introduction, nice words of introduction. First of all, I would like to thank the organizers, Dr. Lalit Lataja, Principal, School of Pharmacy, Parul University, and Mrs. Dhruvi Solanki, Coordinator of this webinar, for giving me an opportunity to present my views on online teaching and evaluation in the field of pharmacy education, challenges and opportunities. After this learning dialogue, the learners will be able to differentiate traditional and online teaching. They will be able to identify challenges and opportunities of online teaching, and will also be get acquainted with online teaching methods or tools. Now, coming to the traditional teaching, this is the traditional representation of traditional classroom and teaching where teacher is giving instructions to students. Instructions are being given or demonstrations are being given by the teacher, and whole class of students used to listen the instructions and watch. Whenever the assignments are given by the teacher, the students have to solve these assignments. Here we are seeing the number of students present over here. Some of them are attentive while some are not. Some are not getting what is going on in the class, but still they are present in the class. However, some students are not at all interested in the class, but their learning space might be different than used by the teacher. Advantages of traditional teaching: student motivation. Teacher can motivate the student directly as one-to-one contact is there. Immediate feedback can be taken after the lecture delivery. Both students and teacher know each other. Continuous interaction is there between the students and teacher. Students will follow the discipline and regular schedule in traditional teaching, and there will be improvement in the mental alertness as well as physical fitness of the students in traditional teaching. Apart from having these advantages, there are certain disadvantages of traditional teaching. This teaching is teacher-centered. Teacher gives the instructions and students have to follow the same. Time and location constraint. Time is fixed, location is fixed. Both teacher and students have to travel for that location. This is the disadvantage of this traditional teaching. And classroom setup is required, setting of desks, benches, projectors and other facilities, which will ultimately increase the cost of this traditional teaching. Now, recently, online teaching has become a hot trend, and online teaching experience, unlike traditional classroom experience, comprises of number of computer-assisted teaching procedures involving some computer tools and software. Before discussing the opportunities of online teaching, let us discuss the two broad categories or types of online teaching. First is synchronous. It involves a real-time online teaching experience. This includes time-bound sessions where both the teacher and the students have to be online at a specific instant of time, such as instructor-led online class like our today's Meet. This is synchronous type of online teaching. Second type is asynchronous. In this type, the courses are not conducted in real time. This means that engagement between the students and teacher can occur as per their convenience. Recorded videos, training sessions, and recorded video lectures are good examples of such type of teaching. Opportunities of online teaching. Although these are generalized opportunities, these are applicable in pharmacy education too. First is time and location flexibility. A teacher can choose to teach at any time that suits him or her. Especially for working professionals and homemakers, online teaching is a boon, where classes can be conducted online in evening or weekend. There is no time wastage, unlike the traditional classroom, where a teacher has to travel all the way to coaching class or institute for taking classes. Although the teacher can teach from anywhere, irrespective of the location of students, this means that teacher and students from diverse locations can connect together through online teaching. Another benefit or another opportunity of online teaching is convenience. Online teaching doesn't require any traveling overhead. A teacher can teach right while sitting at his or her residence. Online teaching could thus be perceived as a work from home with flexible schedules, more teaching opportunities, and education medium without any time and location constraints of obviously paves the way significantly more opportunities for the teachers as compared to the traditional classroom teaching. Teaching through an online medium gives the instructor ability to connect with students located in diverse geographical locations without any traveling overhead. This provides teachers with relatively more opportunities to teach. Another opportunity is better organization. Major benefit of teaching online is that everything is well organized, avoiding any mismanagement. A majority of online teachers report that online teaching tools have increased their overall efficiency. This is because they are able to organize the course better and also able to automate certain activities like periodic tests, quizzes, scores, etc. Diverse teaching experiences. Online medium of teaching gives a teacher an opportunity and experience to connect with students from different disciplines, also from different backgrounds and cultures. Online teaching can thus take the teaching experience from a regional level to a national level and even further to an international level. Easier access and sharing information. Any study resource or information in digital format is very easy to access and share, obviously. While teaching online, a teacher may take help from digital libraries, search engines, and also social media channels for searching, accessing, and sharing resources and information. Student engagement is another opportunity of this online teaching. Teachers report that online teaching incorporates more engagement between student and the teacher. Unlike the interaction in a classroom of numerous students, an online medium provides them with a more close one-to-one session. Also, the shy and non-participative students who are not comfortable with participating in classroom discussions are obviously more likely to participate in an online class. Increased student learning. Teachers teaching online often report that students usually perform better and also show more participation in online discussions. According to a recent survey conducted on a group of teachers, online instructors, 90% of them have reported that teaching online helps them to stay more connected with the students and also give them the ability to have better understanding about every student. Am I audible, madam?
Yes,
Hello?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Last but not the least opportunity is professional satisfaction. Given all the prime advantages or opportunities of online teaching like flexibility, convenience, ease of access and sharing, etc., an online teacher is professionally satisfied. Since online education has brought a revolution in the education industry, being a part of it could be a great benefit to every teacher. With education worldwide being thrown into disarray by coronavirus, more and more educators are being forced to teach their students from home. To get us prepared, we have got the rundown on the few challenges of distance learning and teaching strategies. We need to navigate them with confidence. first challenge is isolation. Learning from home for the student, it can be lonely without the buzz of classroom settings and company of their peers. It's no surprise that some students can feel strong sense of isolation, eroding their desire to learn. Isolation can also undermine many of the instructional strategies that we take for granted in our classrooms: group work, group discussions, class discussion, collaborative activity. It can disappear from the program entirely if we are not careful. And thankfully, there are few things we can do to maintain the classroom dynamic and keep things personable in a digital environment. Coordinating virtual group activities, using chats, discussions, using discussion boards or cloud tools for collaboration, showing our face and allowing students to hear our voice using video or audio recording. We should not communicate via text without becoming robots. Finding more tips for communicating and staying connected. These are the certain things to remove the isolation as a challenge in online teaching. Another challenge in online teaching is lack of motivation in online learners. Here, the students have to be self-motivated, as it is hard for the teacher. Distance teaching, it is harder for our students too. Students have gone from classroom explicitly designed to support learning to bedroom and kitchen tables where distractions are plentiful and expert support is not always on hand, and this will create a lack of motivation to the students. And for removing this lack of motivation, setting of clear goals, measurable goals are the best source of motivation. Instead of setting an open-ended task and leaving them to students only, we can clearly specify the time students should spend on that task, a measurable or quantifiable outcome, a means of accountability, and a due date. So all these uh, tasks will remove the lack of motivation in students while learning online. Apart from this, gamified apps and programs may increase motivation. These are explicitly designed for student engagement in independent environment so as to remove a lot of hassle. Technical difficulties with online teaching tools. Uh, we should always assess whether our students have reliable access to technology before we start online teaching, because not every home will always have a reliable internet connection or readily available device for students to use. An initial email or text message to parents will give them an opportunity to flag these issues so that we can accommodate such type of students ahead of time. Many of the students, these are not that proficient when it comes to tackling or handling unfamiliar software or using it in a responsible manner. So for this, an initial onboarding session for students is therefore may be a good idea. Time consuming resources. When we can no longer just stand in front of our class and teach, we have to rely on resources to do the job for us. And definitely these resources will take time. These are time consuming. Recording our own instructions and posting it online, as with flipped classroom, is one way of avoiding the hassle. Although the technical dimensions of this will also take time as well. And last challenge in online teaching is setting and forgetting online learning activities. Students are not the only one who might feel diminished accountability in a distant education setting. It can be a struggle for teachers too. Now, various learning management system. Learning management system is a software application for delivery of education courses, training programs, or learning and development programs. These are various learning management systems. Blackboard Learn, it is a virtual learning management system, web-based server software, which features course management, customizable open architecture, and scalable design that allows integration with student information systems and authentication protocols. Sakai is a free community source educational software platform designed to support teaching, research, and collaboration. Desire to Learn, Brightspace, developed by this D2L, is learning management software for online teaching. Moodle, open source learning platform, which is user friendly, flexible, and feature rich. Canvas, course management system that supports online teaching. It allows teachers to post grades, information, and assignments online. It is being used by universities and colleges all over the world. NPTEL, National Program on Technology Enhanced Learning, is an Indian online learning platform for university level science, technology, engineering, and mathematics subjects. It is jointly developed by Indian Institute of Technology and Indian Institute of Science. Schoology, social networking service and virtual learning environment for school and higher education institutes that allows users to create, manage, and share academic content. And a tutor is an open source web-based learning content management system. With this, I would again like to thank the organizers of this webinar for giving me an excellent opportunity and again uh, giving feeling at home in Parul University. Thank you very much, madam.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for a very, very informative session. With this, I am thankful to the management of Parul University, Dean Sir, Faculty of Pharmacy, Parul University, my dear faculty members, and my dear students for giving your valuable time. Special thanks to Dr. Lalit Lata Jha, madam, for giving me an opportunity to coordinate this webinar successfully. Thank you so much, ma'am. I am very much thankful to both respected speakers of today's webinar, Dr. Prafula Sable sir and Dr. Vidya Sable madam. Both of you have presented wonderfully, and the topics was presented very nicely. You have described the practical aspects of the online teaching, advantages, disadvantages of the same. So thank you very much, sir and ma'am, for giving your valuable time from your busy schedule and delivering a very informative and
Yes, thank you, sir. Thank you, madam.
Thank you, madam.
Welcome,
Thank you.
madam.
Yes, session is open for discussion. If anyone is having any question, please ask.
हेलो सर सर
Hello. Yes.
हाँ सर मेरा एक क्वेश्चन है
हाँ.
सर व्हाई वी आर नॉट adopting this practical based or task based this evaluation system, so where is the gap or challenges for the Indian system?
See, in most of the Indian Institute of Technology, now they started virtual laboratories, and they started virtual laboratories, these virtual laboratories, not in pharmacy exactly, but in many courses, they started virtual laboratories. So now the virtual laboratory concept is also begins in India. This concept is introduced by all IITs of India. So in next few days, because now this session about 1.5 month is over, and again we are not confident how the student will come to college or in lab. So now you have to give the practical demonstration online. So, as I discussed earlier, also of in Bradford University, also the exam means the tutor or guide or supervisor perform the experiment online, and along with the video session, they gives a tip of
Uh,